What we're looking at is taking trades after the news today. This is 118.24. So what we like to do is anticipate with our strategy. So we're going to look, let's say when we like to look at 835 if the market slowed down. So about 833, we're going to look at the trend, which is slightly below the 200, as we can see over here. But so 833, let's see which way we go. We're going to set sticks up. So if we get sticks up, we got to hold on, a green background. As we can see right here. And we don't know which way it's going to go. We did get a long right here spiral up for you guys that are in the room. Retrend. So we'll call it. What's going to occur? We don't know. And again, this is playback. Every one of these will call today in our live room. So that triggered and signal. We're going to call same thing. Let's see. We got one right here, right here. It's going to move quickly. But the purpose of this is just to show you how quickly you can take trades and reach targets when we have a news window. But you have to wait for it to settle down, or you can get slaughtered, literally. And it's slowed down. Retrend. Did you notice how quickly that moved? Now, if we come over here, we can see we're pushing the daily high fib up. And what I like to do is take a spiral down in anticipation, which is what we did. We'll look down here to see what occurs. And we can also take a trio down. The spiral has additional confirmation. So there's a higher degree of accuracy, but it doesn't fire until much later. So the reason the trio was created to get into a trade earlier with less confirmation, but we want to quickly create the targets, achieve the targets by getting in early. So let's just see what we get here. And again, this is minutes. We're a total of 2 minutes from placing the first trade. And you don't get this often. So we got a spiral, which could have triggered. And if we come over here, we can see that, okay. Let's see if we can get lucky and get down here and hit these targets. We have the 89 in the way, but a push off the high, and you can see this pivot right here is a very high probability trio trade because it's off the daily fib high. And as we stayed over and over in the room, the market tends to move on or around the hour or on or around the half hour. We're going to select a sticks just in case. We don't know. This is what's so incredible about this strategy is it lets you anticipate trades that you will absolutely miss or not even see. Now we did get a sticks. It doesn't mean it will fire. In this case, it will not trigger unless it comes down, creates a bar, a completion of the bar, and then on the next bar we'll fill, which we did. These were taken today without any previous knowledge. It was live in the room, and we had people take them. We got a couple of really talented people in the room, and they quickly learn this system and are very profitable and do some of the things on their own, but they take these trades consistently. Okay. We got that one. This is a wild guess, and it's more of a challenge because we're close to the prior low pivot off of a wick, but we're getting a push up early, which will give us what we call a sticks, which is basically a wick trade. And let's see if this triggers and becomes profitable. I recorded this live today also, but I was talking back and forth, communicating with the traders in the room, and so was my partner, Frank. So I decided to do a replay of the actual trades. These were taken live. Now, here's a little bit of a challenge. I like to generally push up above the pivot, but often it will do just that. And we also noticed there was a trade here with the rider. It could have been taken. And you can see there was not a lot in the way, but if we come over here, it actually had to go down through the 200, and you can see how you get it many times, get a push back, knocking out stops, and it continues the trend. This was a guess today again, because we're on the pivot, and many times we can get a push back up while the trade continues. But the good thing is, if we get a push back up and create what we call a sticks, which is a wick trade, and it doesn't trigger, no foul, you just come up here and hit clear, or just click back on the choice you made, and it will disappear. I like to clear the whole slate. Once the trade is taken with our strategy, everything's clear. You're not going to take unwanted trades. That's a real strong push down, very strong. Apparently, some people didn't like the news, and the market's following suit. But when we get a push down this big, we will start looking for a move back, especially around the hour. And that's plus or minus a few minutes. Sometimes it's dead on the hour, but You can't call that. Now, we got a sticks, and it was way past the pivot that we talked about. But if we look over here, what do we see? We see a fib, and we're getting a sticks, which is common. And if it doesn't go through and reverses here, no foul, we start looking for another trade, maybe even a continuation, retrace, or another trade. But it did trigger quickly. And if you didn't anticipate that, you were not going to get it. I'm telling you, you would not get it, because our limit puts us in line for a fill. That's the way limits work. First in line is the first that's filled. And if you do a market, many times you would have gotten filled right when that bar popped up by design. But they fill limits first and then markets. Okay. This is what I wanted to show. I'm gonna just watch here, because this is a retrace, which I do like. We do like, and I call this in the room, and I remember doing it. And I took it personally in the room. But let's just see if we get a continuation. I'm gonna push rider also, because I believe that was actually what I took today, because it cleans it up some, and you'll see that in just a minute. It gets us out of here and more onto a clean direction that we're choosing to take the trade. We could also do trio here. You saw the trio fire, and it fired one bar prior to rider. Let's just see, because this was kind of iffy today, but we were on a roll. Strong trend, had not reversed back yet. That's perfect. We're going to call that a quits. I just wanted to recap this. These were live trades, and they continued. We continued on to the 9 o'clock open, the 9:30 open, and right before 10, we had so many nice trades that we just called it a day. And tomorrow we'll open again. You should sign up for a free trial. You can come see this live. Do we get every trade? Absolutely not. But we can get on a run, and our systems the probability is extremely high. So everyone, take care. Have a great day.